have a ton of new amazing features and changes with iOS 26, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a few of my favorite new features that I definitely think you should check out. Starting off strong, we have an entire new redesign with what they're calling liquid glass. So app icons, menu bars, control center, it all has this new cool transparent look to it. But if you're not a fan or you just find it a bit illegible, then you can go into settings to accessibility, then to display and text size, and then turn on reduce transparency. This will change the look of some of the UI elements to be a bit less transparent and easier to see. Next, we have a ton of new customization features for the lock screen. So you will see we have a new set of iOS 26 wallpapers with a few different color options. And now when choosing a wallpaper with a bit more depth to it, you will see this little icon appear. You can tap on that and then it will transform your wallpaper into a 3D spatial image with the subject clearly standing out from the background. This works for any image that has a bit of depth to it, and you can see the full effect when you're tilting the screen of your phone. So I think this is a really fun new feature that just makes wallpapers feel a bit more interactive. As for the clock on your lock screen, you can customize this a bit more with this first font option. You will see a box appear around the clock that you can drag to easily resize it and make it bigger or smaller. This also looks really cool with wallpapers that has a bit of depth to them. If you're going to be using the photo shuffle wallpaper option, this effect also looks really cool since you can switch between the different images and the clock will dynamically change for each wallpaper. Also, when customizing the clock, you will see we have this new option called glass, and this gives your clock a transparent look to it, and you can even change the color to match your wallpaper or use the slider to adjust the transparency to give it the best look. And lastly, for the lock screen, you can also now choose whether you want your lock screen widgets to be at the top or bottom, depending on what works best for your wallpaper. There are also a few funny ways to customize app icons and widgets for your home screen. So you will see we have the 4 options here in this menu bar, one of them being the new clear option. So this will give all of your app icons and widgets this new liquid glass look to them, and this can look really cool, especially if you have a good wallpaper to match. Tinted icons also now look way better with this new liquid glass design. You can use the eyedropper tool to pick up a color to match your wallpaper, and I also like to play around with this slider to get the color to be the right shade that I want. Also, make sure to toggle this little icon that dims or lightens your wallpaper to really get the best look for your icons to make them stand out. Also, something really cool that I found is that custom app icons with a white background also work with some of these customization options. The liquid glass gives this 3D effect to the logos of the custom app icons, and then when you switch between the dark, light, clear, or tinted options, then the custom app icons will also change. To know if this will work for your custom app icons, like I said, the background needs to be white, and also once you've created the shortcut, make sure that the logo has that 3D effect to it that I mentioned, otherwise it's not going to have the same effect when switching between the different options. But I do think this is a really nice touch since you can still have your home screen feel a bit more personalized while still having all the customization options. And a last little tip, if you're going to be using the clear option on your home screen and you have a photos widget, you can hold down on that widget and turn on always display in full color, so that way the image itself won't also be transparent. Screenshots also got a lot more useful with iOS 26, so when you're taking a screenshot it will look a bit different, and you will also see we have a few new options here at the bottom to get some more information about our screenshot. So Ask will allow you to ask ChatGPT anything regarding what's going on in your screenshot. The image search option brings up similar images or products from Google that it detects in your screenshot, and you can even circle to search maybe a specific product or a specific person, and then it will bring up all the relevant searches from the web that looks similar to whatever it is that you selected in your screenshot. I've also really been enjoying using the translate option for screenshots, so some of the creators that I follow maybe only speak like Spanish, so for instance I can just screenshot like an Instagram story that has some text to it, and it will translate all the text on my screenshot into the relevant language. Also, when it comes to the markup of screenshots, you will see we have the new option called opacity, so you can lower the opacity of your screenshots, and I think this will be really handy to make your annotations or whatever you're scribbling over your screenshots to really stand out. Speaking of screenshots and images, they finally fixed the Photos app, so you will see now that the library and the collections are separate and you can easily switch between them, and you can also easily organize collections now by using these little toggles to hide certain areas. Also, like I mentioned with the lock screen, you can now create 3D spatial images with images that is in your photo library. It can be a photo that you've taken with your phone or just any image that you have saved on your phone that has a bit more depth to it. Another app that got a bit of a redesign is the camera app. Apart from just the app icon changing, now when you go into the camera app, you will only see two modes, photo and video. And then when you want to access the other shooting modes, you can swipe either left or right, and then you will see all the other options. Some of the other settings are also a bit more hidden, so you can access them by either swiping up on your screen or clicking on this little icon in the top right corner. Other settings like recording quality or image quality is also now in these collapsible menus that you can easily access, so you can quickly switch between the different settings right there from these menus. And another helpful little feature that they added that you can turn on in the camera section in the settings app is lens cleaning hints. So now when your lenses are a bit more dirty, maybe you got some fingerprints on them or smudges, then your phone will let you know. Moving on to the Messages app, you can now change the background for chats in iMessage. Simply go into the person's contact card in Messages, and then you will see this new section called Backgrounds. From here, you will be able to choose images either from your photo library to set as a background, or you can use the ones that Apple have made available. So they have color, sky, water, and aurora. And these have some really cool, subtle animations to them that look really cool in the background of your messages. You can also now finally create polls in groups for iMessages. Just enter in the different choice options and send it over, and it will show who voted for what. And you or even others in the group can add to the poll after you've sent it over, just to add some more options. You will also see when going to your emoji keyboard to the Genmoji section that you can now combine different emojis. Just add in the emojis you want, and you can even add a little prompt to it, and then it will combine your emojis. Some of these look better than others, but it's really cool, and then you can send them over as actual emojis in your messages. And lastly, if you are chatting with someone who maybe speaks a different language than you, then you can go into their contact info and turn on automatically translate. You will then be able to set their language and yours, so then when you send the message, it will automatically translate it to the language that you've set for the other person, and vice versa. So I do think this is a really helpful feature for a lot of people. You will also see that the battery section in the settings app looks a bit different. We have a lot more information about battery usage, and I think this is just a lot more usable and understandable compared to what we had previously. And also when you go into power mode, you will see a new mode called adaptive power. Turning this setting on will allow your phone to make small performance adjustments to extend your battery life if it notices that you're using a lot more battery than usual. So this is just going to be really helpful to extend your battery life a little bit. In this battery section, it will also now show you how long it will take your phone to fully charge, and you will also be able to see this from your lock screen. So when you wake or unlock your phone, on your lock screen you will see a quick little update on your percentage of battery and how long it will take to charge to 80%. So this is also just some useful information to have right from your lock screen. Moving on to the music app, you can now pin songs, albums, playlist, artists to the top of your music library for quicker access. And we also now have a new auto mix feature, which makes transitioning from one song to the next a lot more seamless than we previously had. You will also now be able to view animated album art from artists or albums that support it right from the lock screen. This looks really cool and it gives a cool effect. And if an album doesn't support this, then it will just show the regular block with the album art in it like usual. There are still so many other new amazing features that I can't even get to all of them. Like for phone calls, we now have hold assist and call screening. You can now also use ChatGPT image styles in the Image Playground app to get some more styles for your created images. You can now customize folder colors and icons in the Files app, and we also have a new app for opening up documents and different file types, which is called Preview, which we actually do have on Mac, and this just works a lot better for handling different types of documents. And just a small little change, but it does now look different when your alarm goes off on your phone, and I do think it looks way better. And you can even set a custom snooze duration for each individual alarm between 1 and 15 minutes. So those are all the funny features that I wanted to cover on iOS 26. I really recommend updating your phone to the software update if you haven't already. But yeah, let me know what is your favorite feature in the comments down below. Thank you again so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!